BetBoom. They've been allowed to pick into it again. They're going to be picking into it. Last time, it was a 13-7 victory in their favor. Then we had a slower start on the T side, but then dominated on the CT side. The semifinals, the second one. Whoever wins this will be facing up against Bait in the grand finals. Exner, let's get it, baby.
Looking forward to it here. We're already out towards this A side, playing things quickly. And Siren going to be leading the charge here. And, oh, man, nice coverage right there from Chiron. As soon as Siren gets covered right there and gets cleared, dealt with quickly. The inbound successful so far. Now just looking to take more control towards jungle. And in that endeavor, they do get punished a little bit. So right now, the second phase of this play from BetBoom. Interesting to see what their next play is, because again, still holding on to that CT control here, but getting pressured off. They're waiting for a flashback, but there's no flash to come around that corner. And eventually, iDispels just deals with both of them.
Yeah, that's really nice from him. Now Nafany and Magnus in a 2 versus 4. Nafany's taking the brunt of this contact. Now the youngster reveals himself. However, Glowing gives perfect defense, and 9 Pandas, they win the inaugural round here. But BetBoom, bomb down, means they're going to have some sort of retaliation in the next.
Yeah, it almost feels like you saw BetBoom get allured by the opportunity that they had in front of them. So, you know, 2 different schools of thought right there. One is to take jungle control, and one is to take deeper CT spawn control. And I think that they got caught in that trap. And right there, I mean, you can see fights on a couple different fronts. The man advantage that was once secured quickly turns into a 4v4, and iDispels a big influence in the early stages of that retake here. But of course, with the force buys, it never offers up guarantees.
It's kind of interesting seeing Magnus. How do you pronounce his name? I feel like I've always been wrong with it, but he's gone the scout and not Zorte.
Yeah, I say Magnojez.
Magnojez.
Some people yesterday I heard Magnoyez.
Magnoyas? I'm sure he's saying how it is.
But then
whatever comes out.
I've also heard people just say Magno.
Magno. Yeah, Magnoyez. Okay.
To avoid whatever it is. That is that ending right there.
Yes.
Yesterday, Travis said it meant mayonnaise, which I don't know if he's trolling.
I don't think so. I think that could be a little bit off the mark. But BetBoom, they've already had the opener in this round. This is really interesting because Klax has got all of this control in Palace. So right now, you've got these players fighting from CT. They are just being used as a deterrent and taking all that attention away from Klax right now. Now he creeps out of Palace, finds the first. But, I was going to say doesn't deny the bomb, but actually denies the bomb being planted because Zorte is terrified of the swing. So, 9 Pandas, they've actually given themselves back the advantage. Magnoyez's scout at range needs to start finding some contact. It isn't, and he's just going to get slung on. Nafany now from stairs isolates 2. Klax coming from Palace. The MP9 looking to hunt him down, and the IGL unfortunately does great to get 2 kills, but cannot silence that third.
Yeah, cutting them off on the inbound right there of that retake. Excellent work from Nafany to give it a bit of a go, give him a chance in that round. But again, there was just such a good setup in that 4v5 from 9 Pandas to kind of bait them into a false sense of security. The disruption of the MP9 and Palace, able to buy a little bit of time for that retake to roll on off, and really good read and reaction right there, rolling through. That retake effort, I think that MP9 always got to prevail up against the low HP bar.
Yeah, like the only way I could see Nafany winning that is if he just decides to like get like a weird jiggle and just own. But even though they lost the round, BetBoom, they get the bomb down, they get 4 kills. They're still looking to purchase back into it, and they will. That's a very successful opener. Now make it a second. Siren just holding acutely for that push onto Klax, and now iDispels. The AWP, well, it's just gonna be given over to BetBoom. They're not actually clearing him. Oh, no shot. He denies the bomb and he stays alive. iDispels, he needs to get more. There's 3 different angles he needs to fight from, and this is so uncomfortable. Unfortunately, Siren does put him into the dust. Now there's a double push from short, and they're not going to anticipate the player in ladder room. Magnus gets the second of the round, and he looks like he's started the round, and now he's looking to end it off.
That's exactly what he'll do. You sure will end it off right there. Wrap it up with a nice little bow on top, and BetBoom. I mean, eventually, you keep on planting those bombs, and you keep on investing those close rounds. The CT side will run out. This is always a devastating position to find yourself in as well, where you do have a situation where you're trying to keep up with the T side investment wise, but when you're winning or you're only winning in 1v1s, your economy is going to be really devastated. So look at this, they're in double eco territory, so they're going to force buy here, and that force buy is going to bring them into Deagle's 5-7s, which we know can do a lot of work, but never easy.
Okay. This double eco territory, as you said, the Eagles. From the previous series, we've seen that anything is possible. But right there, Siren already taking away one. He was doing very well at anchoring down the extremities. Oh my god, Clax, what? How has he been given so much space? Magno is just has come out of Palace completely unaware that there's a player killing his teammates on ramp. Now we enter a 3 versus 3, and there's going to be a flank coming in from Glowing as well.
I mean, in a position to still succeed just a little bit, but like you said, that flank could be deadly. They do have 10-second diffuses at hand, so you want to make this retake a little bit more snappy. They're waiting for a Palace flank to formulate, but it's being covered. The long-range duel, though, Zorti, he still loses out on it. Then Dillad is able to add it to the tally, and now it's just Chiron left. Last man standing all of a sudden here, cutting off the cross, but not picked up and Glowing to seal it on, and 9 Pandas somehow make that round work right there, recover a double, or no, it's just a single op setup right there, AKNCs, and they still are able to convert.
Well, it all comes from Clax. This is so messy. Like, he's missing so many shots. What is that from Magnoiz? Just running out of Palace? Like, your teammate's been killed close ramp.
The thing is, if you're, that's just like a dry run right there, you're committing to the belief that your teammate should be able to trade him out there, and it makes a lot of sense. It's a 1v2 on the ramp. For MagnoJazz, I understand why he's kind of covering his bases elsewhere. He just expects a trade to come through eventually. As the op shots don't connect, though, yeah, that's the bigger concern there. Is there are some missing details rolling through that aren't completely converted. And that's going to be a frustrating one for BetBoom here. And again, I think a team that really relies on having good mental fortitude to thrive in the mechanics that this team does bring to the table. Because I've seen this roster frustrated, and when they get frustrated, things get a little bit disjointed. And that could lead to some tough positions. Upshot rattles off here. He's going to reassemble on the angle, but there's no vision here. MagnoJazz still around the corner there. Eats HE. Ooh, it's a second.
I thought it was going to do more damage, but it actually lands just in front of the kind of like the wall he was hiding behind. But 9 Pandas, yeah, like I'm actually shocked that we're in this position where they're in the advantage. Like that was an insane round to be winning. It was just such a clean retake. But BetBoom, this is their chance of retribution. We're still very early doors. Losing this could really give 9 Pandas like a stepping into this game. Dillad opens up with the first kill towards middle. That's a boost, so he's actually confirmed that there's a second player there. That second player is going to be Siren. And now you just got Seized staying alive alongside Idis Balance on the B bomb side. 50 seconds, BetBoom, they've been forced to reposition, and this kind of like aggressive lurk from Magno is he's just trying to get some information.
I guess what they have to deal with again. It's a deep position in A main right now. That's a big pick. He's got to create some rotations with that kill, but that's exactly what he's done. Actually, it's opened up the avenue of connector right now. He's got another one. He is on his own, breaking down a B defense here, but there's still so many more concerns than just this B-side defense. There's players on A. There's a player in A main. It's covered, but they can't deny the bomb right there. Clax doesn't step out. That's what needed to happen, and not quite fully there. Now Zorti in a position where he could clutch. full on health, and a reposition into Palace. And a tag lands. A kill comes through from the sidearm right there of Seized. He lands the tag and the frag rolling through, and Pandas is still secure. A little bit dicey, but you could kind of see that that setup in A was still going to be strong.
Yeah, I mean, like, I can see what you mean with it's like, oh, Clax probably should have gone to deny the bomb, but he didn't know the bomb was being planted for him there, and I think he does well to just not overcommit. To be fair, Glowing probably should have just won the trade onto Siren anyways, but regardless, like, that is insane from Seized. That is actually insane. I was gonna say, like, for Zorte, it's like, okay, he probably should have got the kill, but then you've got two players super low, it's a super winnable 1 versus 2, and then bam, that type of stuff happens. Unlucky, get good, I guess.
Oh, all you can go up against that firepower there. Impressive stuff. Went through to secure success. I know he has, I mean, making that round possible, big time. Motion up towards A here. Silent crawl in. They've got a smoke down. They got very fast movement coming through. Plax just no hesitation on the repositioning of the A anchor. Pretty well handled here. Tech 9 from Navani, man. He's been a bit of a menace up connector.
Yeah, I think, like, Atro kind of was saying, like, Nafany's doing well. I think, actually, the one issue with BetBoom is Nafany's firepower. He's, like, when I've watched him, he's been really struggling. But what he does do is he, like, kind of exhibited there. He does just create this, like, crazy space for his team. And he's just about a knife glowing.
Yeah.
Okay. That's nice from Nafany. I mean, it doesn't really mean much, but that's good damage, and there's also just good money for a squad. But yeah, oh my god, no way. Surely not. 30 seconds left. He's got 3 kills, but Clax reveals himself from Palace. That's a fairly valiant attempt there from Nafany.
Kind of gave me vibes of the KDM Pro League clutch. Starting off with the knife in the 1v4. But Nafany not going to be able to do what was done to him. Obviously a tough ask right there. Pandas continue success to keep the ball moving. See if they can keep that rolling as well. Well, flash action for Clax. They'd love to get aggressive on the A extremity here. That flash is going to work wonders, but really good trade positioning right there from Siren.
I think the flash got him as well, but then he was able to regain that vision. In the meantime, Glowing over on short has actually neutralized the mid threat, and alongside C is getting really aggressive in B. Sure, 9 Pandas maybe don't have the people directly on the A bomb site right now, but they had the perfect read to encapsulate this with a super fast flank from Seized.
I mean, again, it's always pricing on the pressure points here right now. 9 Pandas have a great understanding of what they're up against here, but Siren continues to take space, and while this flank is formulating, positioning it might just be nullified by deep jungle control. You know, flank all you want at Palace, it's still going to be challenging to find those fights. I don't know if they're going to be able to easily open things up here. It's going to be more on Deladez to do the heavy lifting in this round. That Molotov is not going to catch. It's not going to catch on the Magnojez. He's going to step out inside the flames there for the quick kill. And now time ticks against him here. Smoke on top of the bomb, but someone's got to get on top of it here. A little bit of delay. Idis Balance finally gets on it, but the HE just blows him wide open. And it's comfortably converted right there.
Yeah, Cole, I think you hit the nail on the head right there with the deep jungle control. Like, for BetBoom to be taking that space, that was pretty much it. As soon as that came in, it's like you have this really weird 4 versus 4 retake from 9 Pandas where every single player is coming from a different primary zone. As soon as you give up one of those primary zones, such as deep jungle, which is super pivotal, it basically changes the whole narrative of that retake. So yeah, you have someone CT. Yeah, you have someone connector. Yeah, you even have someone coming Palace. But that crucial primary zone that 9 Pandas were able to take, alongside also having ramp control, that basically felt like it was done and dusted. And But Nine Pandas, they had great utility in the sense of they had so much, and I feel like they just didn't place it correctly because they had two smokes, they placed both of them on the bomb. Molotov missed deep jungle. Like if they had identified sooner that the players were post planting in deep jungle and put the utility there and kind of maintain and connected to control, I think that would have been a really easy retake. But overall, BetBoom, very, very well done from them. And now this damage that was dealt by Nafany, like those 3 kills plus a knife, he's kind of ruined the economy while giving himself a lot of economy. And this play there was a really good trade that kind of allowed BetBoom to continue themselves in it.
Play some opportunities brought into table here for a recovery effort from BetBoom in this first half. Get a whole lot stronger now that they can deal with this, you know, that last investment, that last round in the post plant, and then also being able to activate in a round like this. Got again lacking investment rolling through.
By the way,
side.
Yeah, I think we've seen 5 rounds. We've seen 7 rounds, and 5 of them have been bombed down for BetBoom.
Yeah, that's a really good sign for, you know, long-term success. So you got to start to think you can close out of those post plants, and they finally have with that. You're still gonna run past this USP round as well. Wade is able to offer up a single kill there, 1 casualties. No big deal.
There's no bomb down, no. But I would say already, like, even though it's been a close game, when you do compare and contrast the last time these two teams played Mirage, which was only 8 days ago, as we mentioned in the other CCT European Series, I think it was also in the semi-finals, or was it in the quarterfinal? Yeah, semi-finals. It's kind of identical positioning. Mirage on the CT side, 9 Pandas, 1 pistol, but overall it started a lot slower. So we're already seeing a little bit more from them. However, this is now BetBoom warming into it. That's a great opener from Zorte. He's been a little bit more silent so far in this map than I would have liked, and that's a great way to implement yourself while also giving your team a massive advantage in a big swing round.
Always nice to take down Des here early. Forced to be reckoned with. Don't want him playing in those late rounds. Good sign here. Out of the gates in the 4v5. We'll see what they can do to capitalize on this advantage. Now again, a little bit slower. Seized, pressing in towards apartments, is going to be in for a real rude awakening around that corner. And dealt with instantly by Siren, who gives them a swing with conviction. Still a stack though, leaning in on this B side. Can they handle this pressure? Molly on top of Itis Balance, who's able to offer up a couple kills and resistance, but Clack's finally forced to show his hand here. And long range dealt with by 9NoJez, who just presses the issue. And BetBoom, another gun round win. And a fight back starting to be formulated here.
Yeah, that's a round where you have the really good early stages from BetBoom, the opener onto both Itis Balance and also, was it Season Apartments? But then, look, overall, there's basically 4 players here. Like, if you're counting Seas, there were 4 players on this bomb site. And you have Itis Balance getting both of these frags, which is really impressive. And then Klax gets 1, and, you know, the rest of his team not really supporting him. So, for 9 Pandas there, I feel like they could have really had a better hold. They had the perfect read, and that wasn't enough. So then you start throwing in the conversations of, you can have the perfect read and you still don't get the round. What more can you do?
That is a good point there. Obviously still having to overcome that technical like 3v5 deficit with, you know, that setup coming through, but I mean still it almost felt like they wanted C's to go down on that aggressive maneuver so that he could beckon them forward into that setup. So spot to find yourself in if you're Pandas trying to slow down the roll. on Klax to get another multi with the Deagle. Was able to do it in the past. Tough to replicate that success.
Yeah, it's very rough. And he was also in like this really cool, unique position last time where he kind of was able to get his isolation kills. But right now, yeah, like 9 Pandas. There's a world where you just save the armor on Klax, I guess. But yeah, BetBoom, that's going to be 5-5, undoubtedly. This is a good start from 9 Pandas. Now trailing off to BetBoom, looking to take the half. If I'm not mistaken as well. Yeah, last time these two teams played, it was also a 7-5 half for BetBoom. And then it ended 13-7. So history is kind of repeating itself, potentially, but just in a different way. Ooh, get the Mikos. Get the Mikos, Nafini. Give him the MAC-10s.
You gotta hunt the egos.
Gotta hunt. You gotta
Just
do
got
it.
to.
Be rude not to.
You gonna give those over to somebody else? No way.
Yeah, like, and it's also, you know, like, it's the MAC-10 as well, right? Like, you gotta get that money, right?
Of course. Really, number more important than money is that sweet, sweet KD. We're all after right there. We'll see. Again, another investment come through. We're all tied up for BetBoom. They have been able to recover this one. Piece by piece. As you said there, the close rounds finally starting to favor them instead of losing those out like they have been in the past. Bit of relief on offer in that department.
It's a slower round from BetBoom. No aggressive opener from Zorte. It's actually just extremities being maintained, and then we're going to be coming into this mid-take. 9 Pandas, not even thinking about fighting it. They haven't even got an ounce of want. They just have 3 players on the A-bomb site. They do have an aggressed eye disbalance of short, so I guess he's kind of the one player that will be fighting. But if he gets flashed off, I'm sure he'll just leave. But he might just get offered up a frag. Eye disbalance is in a really good position where he can get one, survive, and just maintain this control. And yeah, Zorte might just give him that kill. Oh no! Zorte is able to get one himself, but eye disbalance only able to get a leg. But there is actually that trade eventually. So into the 4 versus 4, Magnuiz takes the space a little bit too early. Chiron looking to replicate what his teammate couldn't succeed. Stuck on the ladder, and Klax surviving. I don't know how he's still alive there. He's doing so well at just continuously not dying. And now Nafini, we've seen him in these positions before. He's got damage, but this time it's actually a wall bang from short. And 9 Pandas, they hold onto that really nicely, even though it's Zorte that gets the opener towards A.
Gives him an extra edge right there on that site, anchoring so incredibly well, staying alive for so long, and being able to collapse in on the rest of it. There's where those right reads start to actually work out, right? You have the players where they need to be. Able to convert the round off the back of that. Excellent defense there. And Klax was just so hard to flush out. The rest of the squad there holding down the line. We'll see one last round of the half here.
Seems like the script's being flipped a little bit, right?
As soon as they try to walk out, they're met by counter utility.
It's one of the first times I think we've seen eye disbalance get an opener as well. It's normally maybe been like the Zorte in the last few rounds, or the Riflers for BetBoom. So for 9 Pandas, this is a really nice end. Like, it got close, but if they're able to finish this off 7-5, we're going to have a really contentious series on our hand. But Glowing just gives Magnuiz that opening frag. Eye disbalance, though, able to double down. 3 players towards A right now. Issue is, Chiron's just going to be keeping them here, but Diladez, he gets the kill and should should be able to give the confirmation that no one else is there. Nafany running through the Molotov, giving away his positioning, and because he's run through the Molotov, Zorte has no way that he can help. That's the bomb dropped, and now the AWPer in a near unwinnable 1 versus 4. This should be over, and yes, Seized gets 2 on the anchor. He was completely by himself, but then Nafany kind of just throws it away. 9 Pandas flipping the script, 7-5. That's a lovely Mirage CT side from them.
Absolutely, giving us something to be excited about right there in that first half right there. And while we do see that resurgence, we definitely saw the recovery because it started off very slow from BetBoom. Still closed out strong from 9 Pandas. So they'll be hopping into the second half. A little bit excited with their opportunities, but now you have to deal with this defense. That can be a bit of a challenge. We'll see what they can make of it on this T side here. The calls are coming through.
Take pissed around. Molo, I'm sure, is going to go towards window and maybe a smoke top con. I can see this being maybe some sort of a short wrap if we're utilizing clacks in apartments. And yeah, Zorte's going to get out of dodge there. And here comes the short wrap. Here we go, surging upwards. There's 2 players immediately on the bomb site. The dual bright is close, haven't been spotted. Siren, good support from Nafany. They're only able to get 1 apiece, but Nafany holding strong towards bench. Even though Idis Balance has claimed 2 frags, he's now all by himself. Seized is over in top connector. Idis Balance, though, playing ring around the rosies, does find Nafany, but he's activated a little bit too early. Seized not in a position to help, and he's also being read. Chiron, you can see, suspecting a flank. Timing, it's going to favor Seized, but Chiron still wins it out, and BetBoom right back into this one. Really clean pissed around from BetBoom in general. Like Nafany on the back of the bomb site just does so much work, and it's just great rotations from someone like Chiron.
Very quick rotations where they need to be at the right time. Without a bomb plant, it's going to lead them to a bit of an awkward position. Yeah, Idis Balance here buying over a hero rifle. It just immediately gets struck down. Immediately dealt with. Magnolia says no to any sort of gimmicks that you had in store for this round. And that is not the sort of entrance that you were hoping for here. He even takes that rifle and uses it against you. Idis Balance. Great investment there. Unfortunately, did not pay off for you. And that's brutal because it's also your opera making that massive investment, which is something I'm not a big fan of. You definitely want that T-side opping rolling out on Mirage. Can be a huge influence on the entry or opening pick phase, and I don't know. Interesting decision to see that sort of sacrifice made in that department.
Yeah, no, that's a really rough one for Idis Balance because he's there like, cheers guys, thanks for the AK. Yeah, thanks for making me drop an AK over.
The big goal there is to just do some economic damage, and there was none of that came through, unfortunately.
Oh no. And yeah, again, Idis Balance is like, sick guys, cheers. Thanks for that one. he's on a Glock and full utility. Okay, he does get a deagle, but he's just on full util now. Yeah. It's a rough one for him. Still though, I don't know, 9 Pandas maybe thrown away. Like, that's such an unnecessary purchase. I can see obviously the reasoning behind it, and we've discussed the reasoning for it, but I just feel like it's so unnecessary when you are in this neck and neck race on your opponent's map pick. You've done so well to get here, and you're just going, look, I'm gonna give away our advantage we might have in round 15, but they still have good utility, and they still do have those primary rifles on Season Clarks with Dillados and glowing on a Galil. So now I think, Cole, we're just shaping up for an execute right here.
We are stock standard here. We're gonna see what sort of resistance can be provided here as Magnolia flashes himself through the smoke and is playing on that binge position. It can be so effective. As the execution does come through a little bit delayed. Now they're all on towards site. Nafty just offers up a very quick kill. Deals with Deladez. And is hiding out towards CT. Willing to play the retake here in the 4v5.
Ooh, the retake though. Is it even retake even gonna happen? I just spam, so it's a big frag so we can get the bomb down. But Glowing, a swing and a miss. Sees though does make it so that everyone's retaking from CT, and yeah, the bomb, it just has never been able to get down. Idus Balance has barely any bullets left, and they are hunting him. The USP is out for Nafany, and that is a really clean round for BetBoom. The trades were just continuously going back and forth, but Nafany secures 3 frags and a left-right good night.
That was just a clinical round put together right there. Excellent work rolling through. Out of this BetBoom squad, who let him like kind of walk on in there, but Nafany again playing a pretty passive game in towards CT. You know, arguments as to whether it was too passive or not, but they still close out the round, and he's a big influence in the late stage of it. That right back to eco territory here. BetBoom claim a lead. Could claim a little bit more off the back of it.
Yeah, this is where BetBoom did well in the first time these two teams played up against each other. This is where we kind of saw them secure more of a dominant half, and right now they haven't dropped around. Still very early days, but this next gun round is going to be a big tell of what 9 Pandas we're going to see on the T side. Because if they lose that second gun round, it gives BetBoom like an 11-7 lead basically, and that's grounds for just calling it quits already on Mirage.
No question. Already looking good. Calm nerves right now in the BetBoom camp. 9 Pandas don't want to hit a dry spell right now. By that resistance, there's a beautiful off shot. A little bit late on that cross right there, rolling through for Zorte, and he gets punished for it.
Yeah, I was kind of watching that as well, and I was like, how come he is? Like, was there util thrown maybe? Like, he was very late. I'm not sure what he was trying to go for as well. Like, you could see him jumping across. Was he trying to get on short? Was he trying to get into into ladder room? Either way, that's BetBoom with an instant opening frag going against them. And you can see as well the retaliation. There's a lot of utility drop towards A, but Chiron, good little boost on short, quickly traded, but these trades back and forth. So even though BetBoom lost the opener, I was going to say Siren almost gives them the advantage, but that's the B bomb site cracked open. Molotov isn't going to hit Magnuiz, but it does force him not to be able to push, and I think he's just been spotted. Yeah, bomb gets planted, and this whole round is on his shoulders. You can see Nafany's not even remotely close, so the youngster had to get at least both kills there, and unfortunately, he doesn't even get one. 9 Pandas right back into this.
The closer right there. Some great stuff in the late stage of that round as well for Season, really securing that one. A player that, again, has been very quiet in that first half there, but able to get loud on this T side round and able to take space enough to grab some control. So, unconverted. This again seems a little too late right there with how easily Idus Balance was able to assemble onto that angle.
I like this from Chiron. He, like, maybe if Siren was fighting more aggressively with him and not playing for that trade, but it's also great for C's to be picking up the space. He realizes there's 2 players short and instantly goes into deep apartments and instantly goes to fight. So, you know, it's very individualistic, and it almost went against them. But now 9 Pandas, now this is a bit of change of pace. Sure, they got the opener and reacted off that in the last, but this time, with 10 seconds on the round ticked off, we have Deladez putting himself in towards ladder room. Wait, have they read him? That's insane.
I've shot that rattles off right there.
Dangerous.
Let's get his smoke down. The rotations are very far removed here, so it is going to come down to the anchors, but look at that. That's a money AG right there. Nafity's job going to make... He made it a little bit easier, but in the meantime, he loses his teammate. And Molly heads his way. He's able to avoid it, but he's just tucked in. Boxed into the corner right now. And they're still going to clear it, it feels like, as they look to entry on in. There's finally the motion being made, but 2 quick kills out of Nafity make the job a little bit easier. Eventually, Clack's able to trade things out. Clack's able to completely flip the script on that hold. There's a flank Guardian Palace, though.
Yeah, this is a weird one. You've got a disadvantage of BetBoom. Clack's not normally the person you'd think of to open up these rounds. Zorte, oh my god, what a peek. I was saying he can't be showing his cards because, you know, he has to wait for Siren, but now he's put Siren in a position where not going to deny the bomb, but will instantly get the frag onto the planter. Dilladez. 1 versus 2. He was the player that early got in towards ladder room. Good damage onto Zorte, but maybe he had to get the frag. Bomb was planted for him, but currently there's smoke on it, baiting out those AWP shots, and he just needs to find the frag. He needs to get someone, because right now it's so uncomfortable. Siren can't find the bomb. He's running around that smoke. It's only going to be a tap. That's going to favor Dilladez so much, and because of the grenade being thrown out, he knows it's only a tap. Zorte still somehow alive, but it's going to be Zorte who clutches it up for his team. Finally, the bomb's been found. Finally, it's going to get defused, and Zorte, whew, 32 HP, and that is a scary one.
What an insane attempt right there. That's stone cold right there from Dilladez. Trying to close out that round for 9 Pandas. He really fights hard for it. And gives his squad an opportunity. Zorte available for that last second trade right here that was necessary. I mean, again, you got baited into thinking they were sticking that multiple times as well, so impressive.
And he never peaks.
Exactly. I mean, it's hard to do. Just had to call their bluff, and he was right in doing so, but again, I disbalance with this AWP. Really started to find his footing here in this map. Again, sacrificed in the first gun round is op. So that he can get a hero rifle, but now that he has it, being able to find a couple opening duels right there like that is so promising.
Yeah, I can just imagine Seeds pitching the idea. It'd be like, okay, I just balance. You know how we might want you to save for the AWP? How about you drop an AK? Thoughts on that, by the way? And he's like, sure. AK instantly dies. But yeah, gets the AWP out. That's 2 opening kills in the last 3 rounds, both on the same individual. That creates this massive gaping hole in middle that is just being... that is continuously working out in favor for 9 Pandas, even when they don't get the opener. But here, the opener actually goes awry. Seized, who's been very aggressive in apartments, this time gets neutralized. Magno is by himself on that B anchor, gets the kill with the AWP, and is also now going to be rotating over towards this A bomb site. 9 Pandas, they've been read into, but this utility is good because it is going to cut out Siren. Cut out Siren.
Nafty doing good work on this A-side anchoring. Only good for a single kill, though. As they make their way on in here, Siren, again, it's another equalized trade. They've got to figure out a way to plant safely as the run comes through there. Chiron just denying this bomb plant, denying the round. Straight up with 2 late kills and BetBoom. Not only do they continue this lead, they continue to show the resilience in the 4v5 and the deficits. They're getting close to the finish line here.
Yeah, that round, I was gonna firstly critique the individualism from BetBoom. You had 3 players on that A bomb site, and every single one of them is taking these very narrow 1 versus 1s. Like, no one is really in a position to help each other. And then 9 Pandas do the exact same thing in that final 2 versus 2. It was Dilladez and Clax, right? Like, the bomb planter has no support from Clax whatsoever. And 9 Pandas full because of that. BetBoom, it's their map pick. It's definitely on, from the eye test, been a lot closer than maybe it was previously. But BetBoom maybe just have that little bit of last energy to get them over the finishing line. And right now, even though BetBoom have been giving up and relinquishing that mid control most of the times, this time it's them with Magnurez, top of mid, controlling everything.
Obviously, such high value information here. You also sometimes hear the pin scheme pull on AXX from that position as well. So
Ooh.
you could cheat some rotates over, but it might not matter as you've just lost again. Key figure in this defense here. Deladez doesn't just stop at one, continues to carry that momentum forward. I know he has covered on the flank as well, so around all according to plan right there.
I mean, okay, sure. That first opener from Deladez, unreal. You know, you have Zorte way out of position. He's getting way too aggressive, trying to peek in towards ramp. But that second frag is all Idis balance. Those are great flashbangs he's been chaining, and it's perfect entry pathing for Deladez to utilize those flashbangs as well. So really nice from Idis balance to be supporting his team. Not only has he been getting openers and being a big part of controlling middle, but he's also, in that round, being one of the main reasons why the entries were so clean. Chiron, the only player to survive. Money is in an awful position for BetBoom. 9 Pandas still down, I think, by 2 rounds after this. But, like, it's a double eco for BetBoom. They're going to probably have to buy into this one. And then if 9 Pandas win this, it's 11-11 with the next gun round.
Yeah, again, we have another map here that could just go the distance. It could be all the rounds again.
All the rounds.
Just right now, that's what it's gearing up like here. This double eco territory, they actually do call for save, because I think Magno is the only player that is in that territory. The rest of the team get some semblance of a decent investment. And so, place in faith, you know, in their gun rounds as soon as possible. Hoping that maybe, just maybe, some magic could happen here with what would need to be Chiron, really.
I find it interesting they've chosen not to go for the buy, as they do only have 1900 loss bonus going into the next round. Yeah, like the money is going to be rough. Nafany is going to have 4k. Magno is going to have pretty much nothing. And yeah, like you can see, the money is really not great. 9 Pandas are in a really perfect position to be taking this one home, but at least the AWP is out for Zorte.
Yeah, just having to make a couple sacrifices. I mean, and again, that's what it's highlighted. They're placing faith in their ability to work with these guns here. They're placing faith in the ability to shut down these rounds as soon as possible. But a misstep in this one could mean that you're not going to be the team that claims map point first on your own map pick. That's just kind of a scary outlook here. Pandas know that. They're going to call a timeout as they try and capitalize on that fact here.
Cole, I think 9 Pandas have this.
Wow.
Like, you've got momentum in favor of them now. You've got Idis balance winning a lot of these early interactions between him and Zorte. Zorte, just in general, I think has been quite absent in this whole map. And Magno is one of the key players you'd like to see for BetBoom. Is only on A for mass, and there's Zorte, prime opportunity to succeed. That's free real estate in middle, and he goes missing. That could have been the start of success for BetBoom, but now it's map control for 9 Pandas. Also, the confirmation is an AWP, because I think 9 Pandas probably weren't anticipating that.
Yeah, that's definitely valuable information. Judging by how quick they played out some of that control, I think you're right. Already repositioning, as is so often the case here, taking that angle towards CT. Iron narrowly avoiding some spam right there with that op being on the line. They've taken mid control dominantly. They've ripped that away by force. And as they take that control, it does open up some routes here.
Okay. Short wrap coming in. Only 2 players here. three now with Magnagiz, and Chiron lines them up, doesn't get one, but it's actually a team kill. However, the kills cascading in favor of 9Pandas. Bomb will be picked up. There's ample enough time, and Nafi and Zorte, nothing to be said about this one.
Yeah, it looks like they've already made their peace with it. Witness up catwalk right there. That's kind of what I was highlighting as well right there. It felt like there was way too much control given there to the T side over towards A, or towards catwalk and middle. And you can see how quickly it falls apart when they're available for an execute. As soon as they want to kick it into gear right there, able to spring into action, and then bam, all of a sudden they're up catwalk and they're executing into your bomb site.
Seemed like a really simple round, all things considered. Like, they just kind of take the jewels and have the opportunity when Magno is rotating in, but it's not quite ready. And that's actually a big save from Zorte though with the AWP, obviously supported by Nafnees for Mouse. But that round for BetBoom, just, yeah, imagine if in middle they'd got that opener. And yeah, it's just clean entries. Unfortunately, you know, they kind of do step on each other's feet a little bit, but good coverage from Idis Balance. I like that style of AWPing where you're holding an angle, and a lot of times you might not get success because of that, but what you will do is you will just take away the possibility of there being trouble from that sort of position, and there he actually gets rewarded with his discipline.
Yeah, we're all tied up here with an opportunity for 9Pandas to close out on map point first. Be a huge opportunity for them. You still can't afford to slip up here. Sometimes the allure, that 12th round, baits you into some overextensions. See if that's the case here.
It's a game of discipline, right? You don't want to be messing up at the 11th hour. And remember, the veto is different. We don't have, is it Anubis next, right? Instead of it being a third map? Yeah, Anubis is next. So last time 9Pandas picked Ancient and they got decimated. This time, instead of Anubis being a third map, it's the second map. So for 9Pandas, this could be something different. And for me, this would be a massive win for 9Pandas. I think BetBoom are undoubtedly the favorites, especially with the recent result. Going into the finals, this would be a massive push for them.
Just icing up these
That's
angles,
a big
striking the mid lurk, and like you said, Zorte, important time for him to step up with the op here. A little bit of a collapse going through towards the A side, but the USP still seeing, and enough contact being taken. Zorte needed that last shot. 10 seconds left on the the bomb plant, and still yet to plant it. He's just hoping he can get it in the smoke, but a kill comes through. Siren tried to escape to save the round right there, and just in time, Seas turns the corner and converts the kill right there to win by elimination, the scrappiest of rounds in the 23rd. But again, it's going to be 9Pandas with a shot at the map first.
Hey, what a insane round from Siren with the USP. Zorte, as you said, if he just hit this shot, that would have been round over. But Siren does so well here. He denies the bomb, but unfortunately it just happens a little bit too late. And then, yeah, Seas comes around the corner, but there's no way it should have been that close. 9Pandas, they're now on the brink of success. Full 24 rounds, or do we go to overtime? Can BetBoom push us over the finishing line? Or sorry, 9Pandas or BetBoom pushes into that next stage.
We get more here, maybe not. As you can see, the starting of this round going a little bit wrong, and there's no rotations. The B side is vulnerable. At least a cutoff right there. Glowing does get caught in a bit of an overextension. So a 3v3 opposed plant, but as they walk their way up and in, all they meet is clouds. This B side again, just kind of caught lackadaisical in the post. They think it's secure. They've got to finish strong here, and Idis Balance falls to Zorte's op, so a 3v4 turns into a 2v3 now in an instant. Z's able to collapse in, and Klax has coverage, so a 1v1 now. Magno has to look to save them here as the smoke goes on top of the bomb. So much time ticked off the clock already. He's gonna stick it safe behind the wall. An HE for the smoke's gonna blow it open, but it might be too late. The flash covers him, and Magnoyez, a slight smirk on his face as he puts that one across the line right there. We go into extra innings.
That is an insane read from Magnoyez to be able to look advanced. Not normally is it that tucked in the corner, and that is insane. Very, very well done. Ice in the veins. But it all stems from an opener like this from Zorte. It's massive, but then you have this crunch from Clax and Seas. They do perfect to minimize the attack coming out of Market. And then, yeah, look at this. The youngster really showing up here. And the flashbang, perfect timing. Clax, you can see, he's like looking, he's like, where is he? Where's he gone? Like, where is he defusing? You can see it in the camera, the duality of the faces right there. BetBoom. Oh, that's a big momentum breaker to force us here into overtime.
Absolutely. Massive work right there being done. Absolutely fantastic in the clutch right there. Magnoyez able to step it up. I think yesterday Hayes said in the quarterfinals had his worst rated map with BetBoom. And it did lead to a loss. So, I mean, you could definitely see how important this guy is and how he has been. This is a team that started off this BetBoom roster very well in their opening campaign at IEM Sydney, and then have struggled to make it a scene in the international stage again. But they did make playoffs in Pro League last time around, so they might be on the mends a little bit.
Like, for me, that was a really good result. And I think that was like, I think people were like, oh, they lost to Fight Quest. I was like, nah, for me, that was a great result from BetBoom. They're almost brand new with Magnoyez, and he's super green. But, well, look at this. You've got top mid push from that aforementioned youngster. Good hold, but that all has just been kicked out of the server. But look at these rotations. Magnoyez is back on the scene, and he might have to do more. He's actually full as well. Spanish just jumped on top of stairs. Zero respect, but now it's Chiron. 1 versus 2, finds the first, but it's really scrappy for the second. Glowing behind the smoke, unsuccessful. And what a way to kick off this first round. Chiron clutching it up.
Yeah, just diving into the fray right there. Chiron on the aggro is going to be able to clutch. Tough round up right there for his squad. When it was absolutely necessary right there. Things started to go wrong. It was right back to familiar territory. Back-to-back clutch rounds right here. Rolling on out for this defense when they need it. I mean, I guess at this point, anything to get you to a safer position here in this head-to-head. On your own map pick, it has been a lot more hard fought for than the last time these two have met up. A lot more resistance from 9 Pandas.
For sure. We're in overtime. But 9 Pandas, they probably would have loved to close it out in regulation. And even in that previous round, like you lose the first 2 picks, but then you make it very contestable and then win and then you lose a 1 versus 2. It's really quite unfortunate, but it was great reads from Chiron to completely understand what's going on, and very good smoke timing there. Magnoyez definitely could have caught out at least 1 there, but the smoke does just mean that it's not going to be the case. This time, with the grenade and flash once again, it's actually Magnoyez who comes out with 2 HP remaining, so BetBoom putting loads of pressure in middle, but not actually getting anything for their troubles.
A lot of fight. A lot of information gathering here going in favor. It's a great utility though. Back on towards this A side. You can see Siren burning in the molly as the connector split rolls on through. All he has to do is smoke himself off. That's all he can provide to the site defense. As he's nullified. He's lost one of his A players. Ooh. And both of them now as Chiron was waiting to activate right there. Hiding about, but just spammed out of the round.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking, like, Nathany has to bait in for Chiron, and sure, Siren is kind of stuck in this really uncomfortable position, being shrouded by the smoke, but him being alive does cause a little bit of pressure, right? But then, you know, Nafany instantly dies. And Chiron, I guess just they were maybe expecting, you know, they're just clearing the bomb site. And because they have no pressure from anybody else, they're allowed to clear a little bit more methodically. And this time, there's not going to be any heroics from Chiron. There's not going to be this clutch being brought in. Instead, it's the remaining players being farmed up. And 9 Pandas, once again, evening the scoreline, not allowing anything to get away from them.
Just an excellent response to what was a couple of frustrating rounds in a row. Being able to just shake it off and answer back with a round that says, hey, we're not going to even put you in a position where you can clutch. See if they can keep that back and forth maintained without flawless on execution. Mid presence early. 4 players ready to swing it out. Then bam. I mean, you can tell the direction here. There's conviction in the call right now. Hovering out, the whole squad hovering out towards A. And it's what's necessary right now because you do have Magnuyez covering the entirety of apartments by himself.
Yeah, Magnuyez has kind of almost won this round single-handedly at a minimum 15. However, can the A defense hold on? This is a big interaction between C's and Magnuyez in apartments. Yeah, that's massive. So 9 Pandas, sure, they have the confirmation that they have no map control. That puts them in this super uncomfortable position where they might have to go. Oh my god, the Molotov's doing so much damage. Nafany almost dies. Siren as well takes a bit of a tickle. So a bit of a scare there for the BetBoom side. But 9 Pandas, yeah, BetBoom have everybody here. 9 Pandas, they're walking into the stack and they're collapsing. The trades are going back and forth for now. They still have that man disadvantage. And also, Siren has been baited in perfectly. The bomb's been planted for him. And Chiron then strikes after Siren. BetBoom, that's a lovely end to the half.
A fantastic finish right there. Strong defensive round right there. Hold off and given information by Magnuyez at the start of it. And then 9 Pandas just get that sinking feeling in their stomach that they know they have to execute into what is going to be an incredibly difficult situation. They executed upon right there.
This aggression from Glowing, getting very up in their face in middle. Oh, he had the opportunity. This nade could do good damage, and unfortunately, it doesn't go very deep, and it gets evaded. That would have been a very nice beginning for 9 Pandas, and again, they lost the first half 2-1, so they're kind of on the back foot now, and as they pretty much have been the whole time, apart from the final round of regulation.
Found themselves in tough spot here. They'd be able to make their way out of this 5v5 now. Got themselves, again, what is leaning towards that A side play with a couple of mid prongs. Flax looking to get aggressive. It has been a trademark of their CT side is to get super aggressive.
What?
But how does Magnuyez spin for that kill? They actually cannot believe their eyes right there watching that one come through. That is infuriating right here as the setup on A continues to go better. A tag on the Idis balance, a frag on the Deladez. 9 Pandas, how tall can you stand? They've got to fade away.
Not tall enough, I guess, is the answer. Glowing does get one at range. Bomb is, wait, bomb's not down. Bomb needs to get planted. Bomb's being planted for sure. It can get denied. It's a 1 versus 3. Wait, what? Nafany needs to clutch us up. There's a nade in the smoke. He somehow gets a spray transfer onto Idis balance, but C's puts him into the dirt. 9 Pandas, I was about to say, well, they're not standing tall enough. Never mind. Idis Balance and C's rotating in from short alongside the Idis Balance 2K with the AWP from CT. That is insanity. BetBoom, how have they let that one slip? This spray down for Glowing, sure he doesn't get 2 at the first time of asking, but it does enough to drop the bomb. That's the most important frag. And then, yeah, you can see Idis Balance, a massive 2K.
I mean, it's just absolutely game-changing. Every play from that 3v5 onwards had to go perfect right there. And just the slightest bit of disruption enough to cause chaos. BetBoom. I mean, not the first time that we've seen advantages just slip out of control so quickly. We saw a very vocal Nafany. I wouldn't even say it was a very frustrated Nafany, though. It looked like the nerves were still calm, and that is what I like to see here. Because that's a round where, you know, any IGL would probably be screaming, but the nerves are still cooled in this head-to-head. And again, while it's a tough round to lose, it's not over just yet. You still have a chance to close this out in the first OT if you keep those nerves calm. That's not going to help right there. Glowing sneaks a pick off right there and towards middle. So effective on his catwalk play. The recycled smoke towards bottom of connector is so valuable right here.
Yeah, Dilladez.
But what do you do with this?
Yeah, Dilladez has got great positioning. Oh my god, Chiron just gives up the second opener. BetBoom, as you said, like, he's got a player in window. What can you do with it? Magno is almost saves him in the last, but Klax this time gets his revenge. Snaps onto his opposition. 2 versus 4. There's only 2 players on the bomb site. Klax, they see the gun barrel. Nafany, that's a free kill. Now, what about Idis Balance and CT? He's the next to be dispatched with. He gets spotted, misses his opportunity potentially, and now he's out of the round. Issue is that Molotov does so much because it denies the bomb going down. In the meantime, one of the 2 rotations have been dealt with. However, that second rotation of Glowing still is able to prevail. Zorte has no time left, and 9 Pandas, how tall can they stand? Well, pretty goddamn tall.
Yeah, I mean, how tall is a Panda right now? They're doing incredibly well. And these awkward situations there when you think there's going to be some sort of clawback. A massive 5v3. I mean, this is the last round. Let's see this again. That's so unreasonable.
That is insane.
I don't even know what to say about that. I mean,
what can you do?
Oh my god. The perfect flash. That's what had to go right just to even take the bomb site, and then still the collapse flows afterwards.
Yeah.
So now, I mean, again, you know, while the nerves are still calm here, I would be in a bit of a panic if I was BetBoom. You had a lot going for you. But again, you've given 9 Pandas a second chance to finish this map off.
What I find really interesting is that 9 Pandas in the kind of like regulation of these rounds have always been on the back foot. However, when it comes to the being on map point, they've always been in the lead. They've always somehow put themselves in a position where they were actually the first team to get 11 rounds, and then, or like they were, you know, on 12. Yeah, the first team to get 12 rounds, they were the first team to get 15. However, this time, will there be a difference? The rotations have been a little bit slow, in my opinion, overall in this map for 9 Pandas, but we actually, wait, what? Idis Balance is double thinking himself. They think it's a fake towards the A bomb site. So therefore, we have Glowing being isolated on this site, and now only do we see Idis Balance rotate over. Caesar's all the way in apartments, so BetBoom have a perfect opportunity here in a 5 versus 3. This is looking like we're going to a double overtime.
Absolutely. To guarantee it here, but there's still a little bit of hope with C's on his late lurk. He has just so much to deal with, though. Opscope's going to be seen soon. Idis Balance going to walk right into the claws of Chiron. C's able to answer back, like I said, that late activation here. But the coverage in jungle, he doesn't expect to double up right there. Nicely done from Nafany. The bait and switch confirmed. And BetBoom, hold on. I think what you said so rightly, very late in rotation. Very delayed in the reposition here. You just see this round is already over. The A execute is already thrown out before they ever even realize that it's actually an A-side play. Like you said, I mean, maybe thinking it's a fake because they had a player tucked in towards Firebox for so long, but not the case.
But then you take out that round and you look at the rest of the game. That's been a theme for 9Pandas. I didn't comment on it because, you know, sometimes things slip away because the rotations that actually worked. That's the thing. The rotations were late, but still successful. But that's a round where, like, you have seeds in apartments. You have Idis Balance making his way towards the A-bomb site, and then doubles back. And as you said, probably because of the player in Firebox, they maybe thought because nothing's been seen yet, it is actually going to be that fake. But 9Pandas, their second opportunity gone awry. How many times are they going to be given this ability to close it out? Now we go into a second overtime, and well, that's a pretty good start. Zorte caught off guard even before the flashbang popped. But there's a player in window. Wait, not even window. Magnois has got himself all the way in market and could be the defining factor, the X factor for BetBoom in this round, even though they have a man disadvantage.
How much can he get from this, though? Oh, there's two.
How does he work this?
Most likely. Gonna line up these frags here, get both of them. There's the one quick kill. Hasn't quite confirmed it on a glowing. If glowing could bail them out, that would be massive, but no, that's too tall a task. Late activation here from Delades, looking to cut off things, and he has managed to make one happen. Wait just 1 second here.
Look at Idis Balance. He's on the A-bomb site. He's not even rotating over.
Yeah, he's finally making his move, but I'd be just determined for them here. There's an interesting opportunity for Delades. He's sitting inside the smoke. He tries to walk through. He does a little bit of damage right there, but it's not going to happen.
Flax though now, this round, lives and dies with him. That's the first. Now, attention. Where do they look for BetBoom? You have two players coming from two different positions. Chiron, low HP, just tucked towards bench, and the nade lands on him. However, Magnois, the player who started this all off, ice in the veins. A 1 versus 2 clutch 4K. Him and Klax, they've battled it out over towards that B bomb site before, and twice now, Magnois comes out supreme.
It just keeps on with the consistency here. I cannot believe it. Over and over again, winning these clutches. Just no hesitation from him in all of these plays as well. And that sort of intuition from a young player like Magnois, I think is why so much love and so much attention is put onto him. Right now giving BetBoom not only the lifeline to get into this game here, but a little bit of life to add to the tally here as he does find the quick trade. The double ops are getting some success, but nothing too crazy. We got a 3v3. We got another post plant, and guess who's still kicking right now on the server? It's Magnois. He's still alive in this round. He's cutting off so many different important bases right now. They could, you know, potentially plant the bomb here for jungle. Oh, I thought he was going to overextend, but no, he's going to hit the pause button just at the right timing.
Still might. This is a terrifying setup for both players to be in. Whoever moves first loses, basically. And you were talking about a post plant. Well, you are correct. We're going to go into a post plant, but it's taking so goddamn long because the bomb was all the way in T-spawn when those kills came in. So 9Pandas still actually reading correctly into this one. They are rightfully staying here. The issue is they're losing out those trades. And now, as I said, whoever moves first over in jungle will lose. Seized is the first player to move. And Zorte equally as well is able to nail down 2, giving him that triple kill. And he is just shimmering in glory right now.
Yeah, I mean, we needed to see a little bit more out of Zorte. I don't think this is, I don't think this sort of performance is akin to what he brings.
Agreed.
On a consistent basis, this sort of performance. So, I mean, right now, what one star has done here on Magnois has bought time for another to activate, and there's a big little closer for him in that round where he's able to find 3, gets a multi-kill, able to influence the opening stages. We've got Zorte versus Idis Balance once again. Another clash of the hoppers might be meeting here very soon. How far can Zorte get before this angle's being covered? He's gonna walk right into it, and all he sees is a little moving pixel, a brown cap on his screen, and that's enough to take care of business. But there's much more around this corner here, and that's gonna be the element of surprise here. Siren moving quickly off the back of it, and Chiron's up catwalk.
Yeah. even though the opening kill went against them, they still accelerate onto that B-bomb site. And now, look, 9 Pandas, they were just not prepared for that. Diletez gets the opening kill, and they're like, guys, they're not gonna come now, are they? No, bam. Full speed ahead. 9 Pandas, they had 2 opportunities to close out in regulation and in the first overtime. They had a singular round to win it out, both occasions, and now we're looking to head into the second half of the second overtime. Flawless for BetBoom. Diletez, is there a world he has signed to say about this? No shots. Nathany, nade. Yeah, this is really good. He can nade open the smoke, and well, the nade just does the damage. Almost burning in the Molotov. Very, very close, but the IGL ice in the veins.
Yeah, that's a sweep right there. That is a sweep. And a nice shot from iDisbalance to start things off, but as you can see, there was so much more around that corner that wasn't being anticipated. I don't think it's all that uncommon to see an op lead the charge on a B-side play, especially when you see that window's not even broken yet.
Yeah.
It's almost like they wanted to bait them into thinking it was safe to press forward, but instead what they walk into and what they weren't prepared for was a full-on flush of the B bomb site from the rest of BetBoom.
Yeah, that is a this is a game and a half, but BetBoom, maybe they needed to be quelled earlier on, and because they haven't now, 9 Pandas, they've lost their opportunity. 2 opportunities, man. BetBoom on the CT side now. Oh, wait, are 9 Pandas on boot camp?
It looks like it. Yeah, they're giving fist bumps.
Yeah, I think so as well. Also, look at this. Wait, look at Clax's camera. Man, it feels bad. He's just there, like, you can see he's just looking around. He's like, lads, like, what's just gone on? But yeah, that was one of the
bigger concern right there. If you really want to hunt back to it, I think 9 Pandas got a oh, we're into it.
Oh, yo, here we go.
There you go.
Oh,
we're quick into it right there, and sees takes down a big name right there. Chiron out of the server. Sees is able to again just cause some very early disruption, and that's always very valuable here as the execution rolls out towards B. An op shot misses right there. Zordy has a chance to continue his success in this second OT, but missed an opportunity, and they capitalize. Clax is already in the site. Magnoyez, he has rotated in time, but in that collapse is gonna have to hold off just a little bit here. Wait for his teammate to join forces, and now that is the case here. So he's going to make his move. He's going to slide on in, look to deny this bomb plant. Are they seriously just going to stick it here? He's already in the backup bench. Magnoyez looking to end this game, and he might just have the round to the palm of his hands. One quick burst out of his A1S, and a massive surprise to iDisbalance. Last man standing, Clax, and he cannot hold his own. Resilience from BetBoom as they give 2 opportunities to 9 Pandas to close that out, but that was not given for free, and they take it back instead. Magnolia is such a key part of that resurgence as well.
What a way. You have these 4 players on BetBoom. Zorte, Siren, Nathany, Chiron. Genuinely some of the legends of the CIS scene. You've got players playing at the highest. Magno is like just genuinely fantastic. Like you actually could not ask any more from that kid. Now maybe we start looking at the other individuals, see if they can step up. But then on the other side, Clax hit a great game, which was overshadowed by that youngster.
Yeah, I mean, young talent stepping up when it matters the most here. We got a little drop down in towards that E-box, though, as iDisbalance opens things up with the pistol success here. And Diletez is covering the base of this B side as well fantastically. They just converge. They catch them on the aggro here as Magnoyez left into another clutch. This one, though, this one's not going to be going in his favor.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty clean pistol round for 9 Pandas to be winning straight off the bat. We saw in the first half of Mirage when 9 Pandas won the pistol round, that kind of allowed them to get that 5-1 footing that almost got them to the victory stage. And then similarly with BetBoom, when they won the second pistol round, they kind of had like a 6-1 lead on that second half. So these pistol rounds have already proved to be really important. And the fact that we haven't seen a bomb go down either for BetBoom means it's going to be on ego. So 9 Pandas do just have a little bit of grace there for a second.
I mean, good news here. Tough loss there, but you can kind of shake it off knowing, hey, we're going to be hopping into our own map pick here soon. That's exactly what they're doing now. Hopping into their own map pick. A bit of excitement. Good start. Nice little kickoff right there. The opening pistol. You got, again, that pretty similar hero rifle by this time, though. It's given to Zorti. As opposed to the Opper being the one to invest in the hero op for somebody else.
I do love how they've doubled down on this. I mean, like, I just don't get it, though. Like, they have no flashbangs either. They've got human flashbangs. Here they come. Zorte, is he going to get anything? No. Well, I guess one. Which, is that a worthwhile investment, Cole?
Well, simple breakdown of the math says no.
I'm thinking no.
You were able to make a cheeky $300 back, but the cost of armor and a Galil is unfortunately $2,800.
Yeah. Math, I'm not great at maths. It was my worst subject in school. However, I don't think it quite evens out.
No. But, hey, at least, you're able to put some good resistance forward on this gun round here, and the only thing that is going to be missing is Snafany on a Tech 9.
He has util at least.
Yeah, exactly right there. And an opening duel right there. Deladez wants to get aggressive. Does get an answer back there pretty quickly. Clax on the aggro as well. So a little unity in the aggression there from 9 Pandas.
Ooh, that's a big frag. Idus Balance, he's 7-0 right now. He obviously got 4 kills in that anti-eco. But that's going to be given the advantage over towards 9 Pandas now. Nathany, granted, he has upgraded to an A1S. I was kind of thinking he was going to go try get that a little bit sooner, but at least he has it. There's also a minute on the clock. There's loads of time left. 9 Pandas, they're playing retake B. There is no smoke right now on the left side of the site, but it will come through. So that kind of completely negates glowing. And yeah, good from, I think it was, yeah, Zorte with the bomb, kind of like doesn't dive straight in. But speaking of diving in, here they come. The cavalry's arrived, and Kyron all by himself now. The trades, they've come through, but BetBoom ultimately were already in that man's advantage. Now it's similar. Kyron, 1 versus 2. We've seen BetBoom win so many clutches. It's Kyron's time. Barely any bullets, but he is so goddamn crisp. BetBoom, now that's a rebuttal.
Absolutely game-changing right there. Chiron now stepping up to the plate in the clutch. That is brutal stuff. 2 quick bursts out of his AK to light that one up. BetBoom, they start the gun rounds off successfully despite some great efforts to keep them at bay right there, rolling through from 9 Pandas in the opening phases of that round. Not going to be the case right there. Not going to be able to put that one across the line. Frustrating defeat here into a force buy. Can they recover it? Flax is, again, going aggressive. And again, it works out on this A side. Looking for a trade right there, but catching is seized.
Man, that's identical to 2 rounds. You have Magnoez and Siren dying early on. This is, wow, 9 Pandas. They not only are this time able to win out quite dominantly with their aggression towards the A bomb site, but they just follow that off everywhere. Like Klaxon seized working as a mobile turret, just getting A, getting middle. So now Zorte and Chiron, well, Chiron, his first 2 kills of the game were a 1 versus 2. This is definitely quite a tall task, especially considering Zorte is not even, he's on the other extremity of the map. I don't know what you can get done with this. Maybe, I don't know, like you go onto A and you try catch off Clax, but realistically, this is a massive shutdown from 9 Pandas with BetBoom imploding into the next round.
This is a great shutdown right there. Just going to be a save, I feel like, at this point, where they're just waiting things out. And for that time to expire. for the ground to continue to be gained here. I'm Pandas in their own map pick. Sturdy, looking strong. That'll be another successful round right there.
Yeah, just overall like a really clean round. Just 9 pandas, just kind of killing everybody. And
I mean, what I said at the start here was that the CT side knows how to get aggressive, and when you know how to get aggressive on this map of Anubis, it's gonna give you defensive rounds that might be a little bit less comfortable for a lot of teams in general.
They've done it again. Like they've gone for the same bits of aggression twice now. This time as well, they've actually gone for aggression towards the B bomb site as well. So all the information curates a very clear picture for 9 pandas that it is this mid take, and this Molotov as well section them off. It does section them off, but it also does force Magnoas and Nafni forward. Magnoas once again yet to get a kill. He's the first player to fall 3 rounds in a row. He's 0 and 5. He's had a really rough time after being the champion for BetBoom. So okay, they at least get that 1 for 1. If we remove the fact that Magnoas has fallen quite consistently, BetBoom, they have good map control. They have the even, but with a missed smoke in middle, it's going to allow 9 pandas to retake the space, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Got to make sure they don't go too far, because Chiron could catch them off guard, and no, not able to do so. And now 9 pandas go back to the extremities, and it looks like it's going to be an A hit.
Appear that way. Aiming into pressure this side. The eye disbalance. It's one of those defenders, but Klax is also standing alongside him here, so not alone. Not isolated at all here, and the kills start to flow through. Eye disbalance keeping the man advantage alive, but Nafni and his deadly Tech 9 during that corner. Smoke goes in towards camera coverage, but oh, it doesn't bloom in time. Nafni down and out, bomb tapped, and that's going to be a back turn to Delades. Expectation was the flank here, but instead the pressure comes through. Nice round to convert right there.
Not a great round for BetBoom. I feel like Siren could have got the bomb down straight away. Like, Nafni double opens that site. The hesitation with the bomb, I don't know if Siren maybe didn't think he had it, but he kind of like goes back towards A main. And then the fact that he was so slow allows 9 pandas to recoup and go into that round. So that's a really nice shutdown. A nice denial of the bomb point as well means that BetBoom are broke as we go into round 6.
Let's just keep flowing. Push through that smoke. Delades. Oh my goodness. Miserable timing for him. A huge surprise and an AK recover. That's Magnolia's on the board. As you said, a key player that was a bit quiet here. It's fallen on hard times. Has now been able to, in this second map, influence the server a little bit here. That's for an opening pick.
Oh. At least he's got a kill now. And that's all it's going to get. AK almost picked up, and sure, the Glock's getting good range kills. Nafni is seemingly on the server, which is, it's nice to see. Maybe we should need to see something from the other players, because he's the only one really getting any impact. But it is just an eco round ultimately, so we should be looking at a 5-round lead for 9 pandas. Which is, it's sharing a lot of similarities between this and Mirage. 9 pandas, they had the good advantage, but then that's when BetBoom were able to come through, and it could have been a 7-5 half in favor of BetBoom, but 9 pandas ended up utilizing their advantage. So I'm interested to see where this next gun round goes, because 9 pandas have kind of been all over BetBoom, excluding a 1 versus 2 clutch for Chiron. So are we going to see a round where the team actually wins it and it's not the individuals?
Question. Missing a little bit of that here right now. You're definitely seeing some, consistent formulas here for success on the side of Pandas. Fast towards middle here. Rapid play. We've already discussed, quite a bit about how important this is, and opening duels starting to flow. Sorte able to influence this op. It was only a matter of time before C's was able to claim Nafany. Eventually, the gun barrel shows, but a gamble stack here towards A is going to be met with no resistance on B. So, for 9 Pandas, it might just be the move to save here.
This is more what I was calling for BetBoom. A round that isn't centered around the 1 versus 2 from Chiron. It's just a good default. Good kills in middle, and then ultimately a good execution towards that B bomb site. Aggression unsustained, and BetBoom, a good round on the board, but 2 players to be saved. Honestly, 9 Pandas, they've had some pretty rough rounds when it comes to keeping players alive. We think about 2 rounds ago when sure it was a pretty dominant win, but Nafany gets 2 kills at the end, and it means there's only 2 players alive. Even the last, I think it was only 3 players alive. So money isn't in the best of positions you would have imagined after a 5-1 lead. AWP as well, like, can it even be saved? I'm not even sure. So IDisBalance would love to get an AWP into this next round. He can afford one just about. And BetBoom, it's a good round the board with good team cohesion.
And definitely needed some of that cohesion to show up here. As I said earlier, this is going to be a team that's going to be very strong when it comes to the opening stages of these rounds, so keeping them at bay here on the aggressive maneuvers is going to be important.
Quax is doing well to basically fight off 3 players of his utility there. And he's forced out a lot from the T side. Oh, look, Siren has nothing left. 9 Pandas, very aggressive. This is what we saw in their CT side on Mirage. They weren't really taking much control towards middle, but they were just embedding themselves onto his extremities, which isn't as easy to do on Anubis, because it's so, like, firstly, the B bomb site is really hard to hold with 3 players, let alone 2. So if BetBoom do strike now without IDisBalance, it could be very devastating. But the operative word is if, because IDisBalance is already rotated in, and now you can already see he comes into effect. A great opening frag, and now they can start blocking some of these choke points.
Oh, too quick. Right there, the ops. Trading up blow for blow onto these rifled players here, but then IDisBalance strikes back. The trade's still effective on into this bomb site here, and there is no more resistance provided. Outside looking in now. 9 Pandas. Pulling the retake off, but oh my goodness! Bomb just tries to jump across right there. Unsuccessfully so. It is still going to be recovered. The number's still punched in. The good news is for them, they've cleared out E-Box, so they can play it safely. Rifle rather recovering this angle here, but again, there's a miscommunication between the duo right now. I know he has into another clutch situation here. IDisBalance on the angle, walks right into it, and IDisBalance connects. MagnoJez finally falls short in the clutch situation, and IDisBalance able to step up big time.
But as you said, right, Zorte, why is, there's definitely the miscommunication there of Zorte exposed himself to the rifle that was coming out of Temple. So that was actually a really nice rotation though as well. I think he completely caught off with the fact that it was seized, right, that gets the kill CT and then rotates all the way around through Temple and then catches off Zorte here. Even though MagnoJez has had a pretty slow Anubis, I still backed him in this clutch. I thought he had it, but it's IDisBalance who's had a great start. 11-2. Now we add a 1 versus 1 onto his portfolio. 9 Pandas, 6-2. Still though, very worrying that there was 3 players on that bomb site and the 2 rifles fall without getting anything. It's IDisBalance who has to save them alongside the rotation of seized.
I think BetBoom get caught playing a little bit lackadaisical in some of these clutch situations here. They are a map up, but I mean, again, when you watch some of these rounds play out there, Siren jumping out with the bomb, just having small details not covered, it's going to be very costly. Pandas, this is their map pick. They're going to be able to show a lot more success. That's exactly what they're delivering with this dominant CT side.
CS could be in a bit of trouble here. He's dropped a defensive smoke there, and oh, the timing works perfectly. Nafany falls. Chiron, good trade, but it comes at the cost of a lot of his HP. So that's nice from C's, but he would have loved to get both. Now we see 9 Pandas. They've got no information whatsoever towards middle, so they seemingly are fine with that to be the case. But surely there must be a worry. At around 40 seconds now, you can see there's, maybe over aggressively a lot of utility being dropped by the CT sides, but 9 Pandas, it's all going to come to a head over towards the A bomb site as Zorte is just baiting out utility over on B, but Klax alongside Idis Balance, they have the read. Klax drops the Molotov, keeps them at bay. Siren forces smoke it, they come through the smoke, and Klax somehow is unable to get one. Idis Balance only able to get one himself, and BetBoom, they're going to get the bomb down in this 3 versus 2, and because there's no one playing towards middle, these rotations are super slow, and they're going to go for it, but I'd almost want to call for a save.
Yeah, but it makes sense here, but they're quick on the rotate here, running on in. Delades finds the first, and that's going to start things off successfully. I think they spotted out the barrel. The second glowing answers back, and all of a sudden, Zorte, again, needs to deliver some shots here, but misses his first. He's being covered on a high angle, needs to chamber 2 op shots and just can't get it. What you
there goes the camera.
Was right. They should have called a save. But the frustration sinking in right there, the lost round, the camera goes flying. Oh my goodness.
Oh, yeepers, man, yeepers. Like here, Klax not getting one. Idis Balance completely out in the open because they were playing a setup where he was holding mid kind of in conjunction with Klax. Klax pretty much loses them that round, but still, they make it work. That's a really nice retake from Delades and Glowing, and I'm kind of shocked that BetBoom are unable to convert that after, Chiron getting the trade in middle, not having any rotations, Klax going 0 for 1, and the bomb site only going 1 for 2. That is a surprise BetBoom can't convert, but with the bomb down, they're still rebuying into it. Delades very aggressive around the smoke. Magnuis just allows him to get the kill onto his teammate and falls away. He gets bulked by the smoke. Delades seemingly not aware of that though to the trade. Coming back, Magnuis now leading the charge. He is all by himself, but he does not care. He is pushing all the way forward, looking for the third. The sidearm is out, and he has single-handedly won this round out, but here comes the auto shotgun. Only good for that first. Has he done enough though? Klax looking for redemption, and he finds redemption on that first. Chiron, he's already won a clutch. 50 seconds, bomb is down. It's actually more in the hands of Klax, but this Molotov is going to give Chiron some space to work with. 45 seconds, Chiron swinging, and it's a miss. 1 versus 2's galores, but this time it comes in favor for the Pandas.
Over and over and over again. Right now, they're showing resilience in these late runs into clutch situations. And there goes another one that goes awry here for BetBoom. But it has to feel like nothing but pure frustration flowing through here, round by round, losing these clutches, watching them fly by you. In all these close rounds, it's not going to feel good when you're still staring down the barrel. A wild deficit. Down to 8-2.
CT side Anubis. And you're up 8-2. Huh? Did they just miss the smoke? Oh my god, that's the second time they've missed that smoke as well, by the way, Cole.
Just allows for a lot more options right there. Flash comes through just to get some information. As C's still looking to work some angles.
Oh,
he's 8
yeah.
and a little bit overexposed in the end. There's some trades there that are very effective, and all they need to do is break through one of these rounds and deny a retake for them to offer up a lot of relief. But that always feels like a big if in these rounds. They're gonna run through the smoke. I think they have to. But yeah, you might be right here, because all of the closeness and nature of these rounds in the past, it feels like you gotta save.
From my perspective, though, if you're 9 Pandas, this is a big win in the half. 8-4. If that is to be the case, you're happy with that. You're smiling. Not quite the defiant half that you might would have expected, but BetBoom, an 8-4 half for them as well is a 9-3 is a tough pill to swallow, especially after such a close map 1. Pandas could have closed us out in 2. But BetBoom, they need to be able to take these victories where they come. Don't focus too much on the past. Focus on the fact that you're winning those rounds. Go into the second half with a little bit more of reinvigorated energy. And 9 Pandas, you know what? It was a rough round for them. They lose Seized very early on, and the A bomb site does get crunched. But for them as well, focus on this lead they have. You have one more buy coming up. Clax with the auto shotgun. Oh, he sells it for the MP9. And we've seen these type of wild rounds be won by 9 Pandas. 9-3 would be a real shot through the heart. Ooh, what?
Oh my god. Oh, you're able to crack it open right there. I mean, like you said, I think it is a minor victory that 9 Pandas could close this one out 8-4. They could grab themselves a 9th here. That would be heavy hitting. They've got a man advantage. They got a 4v5 to do it.
Again, no mid control. They just seem to be allergic of that sort of presence. But right now, BetBoom haven't really made the decision of where they want to go. They've got Magnoez, who's got a little bit of contact towards Connector, but he's actually going to give that up. It has forced a rotation from Idus Balance, and with this smoke fading, Zorte has been left completely by himself. We have seen this before. We've seen BetBoom leave Zorte to have some sort of presence, and that's the presence that you want. Now, BetBoom previously have gone towards the A-bomb site. This time, though, I think they're going to be utilizing mid. This is so weird. Seized. Wait, they've all walked past him in middle. He's gone through water. This is such a weird round. Glowing's going to be taking the contact from camera, but in the meantime, Zorte is doing so much. Glowing gets the frag and doesn't get away. That's big. Magnoez, bam, 2 kills, drops them to the grave, and Seized, who had done so well to get a lot of this control around, their spawn in middle. Unfortunately, now is in a pretty unwinnable 1 versus 3 after Zorte's got 2, Magnoez has got 2 as well, and BetBoom. It's a weird half ending 8-4 because both teams can be happy about this.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with you when you talk about BetBoom at least walking into the second half with a little bit of momentum, just a tad. They obviously had a lot of frustrating rounds there. They put it into a lot of 1v2s, and they failed to convert a lot of advantageous situations. They know this half could have been so much better than the numbers at the top of their screen, and then they get to walk away with 2 rounds in a row. That being said, it's still 9 Pandas with that big advantage. The 8-4 half there on the CT side, the defensive half that looks so strong. So, to be honest with you, it'll be interesting to see if 9 Pandas are going to be capable of capitalizing on this massive advantage. I think calling-wise, this is it kind of feels like one of the lesser comfortable maps for T sides out of Nafany, but on that defense, I think you might be able to see the mechanics shine a little bit more here.
That's what you'd hope, anyways. Ooh, dodging the flashbang perfectly. Magnoez, how does he not get 1 there? In prime position to succeed, but it's going to be Chiron snapping 2. Unfortunately, that's all he's going to get as he runs out of bullets. Now it's up to Nafany. Nafany will not miss a beat. Glowing in a 1 versus 3. P250.
Oh my God.
It's sunk for 1. He knows where Nafany is. Oh, Glowing spots the 3rd. Can't land the immediate headshot bomb out in the open. Zorte closing the distance, equally running out of bullets. Glowing, he can't hit a shot. The first two were so clean, and it's so messy, but Zorte wins it out. How has that happened?
Oh, man. Used it all with those first 2 kills to get his head back in that round. And the 1v3, it looked beautiful. It looked meant to be. It looked written. But ripped away right there towards the tail end.
Bro, what is this first
massive
shot?
relief. Look at this, man. Just a beautiful clothesline. Siren, I mean, almost feels like you couldn't even see him. Just heard the footsteps of someone running and then trying to support Nafany.
Do you know what it is there, though?
Relief.
Like, it's the classic, he gets the first 2 kills and he goes, oh crap, I'm in a 1 versus 1. Like, I'm actually going to win this now.
Yeah.
I feel like that kind of came in. You could see how collected he was on those first 2. And the third one, it's just,
as soon as it's probably as soon as things go a little bit awry, right? As soon as
he misses the first few shots, right?
you miss that first shot, it's like,
yeah.
oh shoot. You know, I was living in a dream there for just a second. I gotta go back to reality right now and lock in this last kill. Implications of that round here, not too severe. Because it's still gonna maintain them a lead, but this force buy is aggressive. It's so aggressive from Night and Pandas. You gotta come through with a good game plan here. In mid control, they're forcing them off here. It's a passive setup. Counter flash is brilliant though. Look at that. Nafany setting his teammate up for success right there. Knocking down the pins. This mid to B split has lost the mid part of it. And the B execution through E-Box does not go their way. Fantastic shutdown on the full force buy. You can see not a single point of damage done.
It's big. That is big. Ooh, BetBoom. It's gonna be a free 7th. Cole, is this map CT sided now? What's the crack here? Taking that as a yes.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Dog was going crazy there for a sec.
Dog was like, yeah, it's a CT sided map, bro.
he was. Lasso says yes, but I don't know. It's a little bit weird because again, we saw earlier today Mouse and XT get an 8-4 half, and or rather Bait get an 8-4 half, and it not mean too much.
God, that feels like a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened today as well. Forgot we're going to the finals next. This feels like both the games we've had have felt like grand finals.
Yeah, I mean, understandably, if you look at the tail of both semifinals, it's like 2 young squads looking to rise to the occasion on one side, and then these 2 experienced teams that have been able to prove it on an international stage. You talk about BetBoom at the beginning of CS2 at Sydney, and maybe even Pro League, you could make an argument for it, and then...
But also competing, like, you know, they competed in Katowice's. Yeah, like, the BetBoom have competed in Katowice's, they've competed, they got top 4 at BetBoom, Daiha, or whatever it is, in the first one, like, yeah.
Yeah, I know, yeah, I'm with you. Both rosters kind of prove themselves internationally, so it's really cool. And obviously you want to prove it as well in the online space, but look at this, Chiron's a little bit lackadaisical in the hold. Luckily Zorte is locked in. And that's going to lead to some flowing success here. A couple low HP bars, but saved by Nafany there. Not given a chance to add any more casualties.
I can't believe we could have been in a position where we're already nearly on a 3rd map because of Glowing's 1 versus 3. Like, that would have completely changed everything. It would have been like a 10-4 scoreline with a gun round that we would have played that already, and we would have maybe already deciphered if we're going to an ancient. But for now... Also, actually, picking up on what you were saying about like the young versus the new, now whoever Bait plays in the finals, it's gonna be a really good testing ground for them. Of like, are they able? Because it's gonna be another like CIS derby, so it's like, are they gonna be able to test themselves against some of the better teams in the region?
Yeah, that's gonna be obviously pretty exciting as well. Whatever team wins this is gonna happen. I mean, either way, it's been a long day for both teams heading into the finals. We talk about that advantage. Fresh in the minds would be this, whoever's going to be closing this one out, and Chiron just in a nasty position. Elusive. And the little switch right there, they do catch him on the fadeaway. It was, at one point, Zorte holding the line. He gets a second opportunity. He goes for the re-peek right there. Indelidez times his fight well, but I mean, that's a long-range duel versus an AWP. You can see he landed one shot, but that's all he'll land here. And a charge through middle. Nafany up in task here of holding off this mid-angle. One more around that corner. Holds his own for one, but probably done enough here already. Is glowing, last man standing. And while 9 Pandas had one hell of a lead at the turn of the half here, it has evaporated in the first 4 rounds of the second.
Yeepers, man, yeepers. Yeah, like as you said, Nafany getting 1 for 1 there, even outside of Zorte getting his second frag, and it was in that 2 versus 4, that's completely fine. Like, he done his job, and then Zorte kind of adds insult to injury by getting that second AWP kill. We were talking about on Mirage how we wanted to see a little bit more from him, and he's kind of exhibiting it right now. It's like, it's a perfect symphony of just pure class from him on that AWP, and BetBoom, they're looking really good. Like this half, outside of the 1 versus 3 attempt, it's been big domination. Like, not really losing any players. I think they've lost 2 in the last 3. And then obviously the pistol round, like, it came down to a 1 versus 1. But the setup for that 3 versus 1 was really nice. It was a really clean round. So you kind of take out the isolated 2 kills from Glowing, and it's been a very dominant half for BetBoom.
Absolutely. They're going to be happy with the standings right now. Got to keep it up against the lesser weaponry, obviously. Right now, it's always going to be a bit of a task dealing with Tech 9s here, but that helps. A little clothesline here. This is the form of Zorti that you like to see a whole lot more with this AWP here. Had a tough time activating, but here or there was able to show up on Mirage when those overtimes were rolling around. But a shot...
Against Tech 9s, goes for the aggressive peak with the AWP, and then wow, look at this shutdown. Just in cohesion, 2 kills in very clean manners. Seized. What's he doing? What's Blood doing? He's in middle. Wait, he's got the bomb. He's open.
Hold on.
Hold your horses.
A little extra cash will go a long way. Again, max loss bonus here. That the bomb plant is probably going to maybe even just secure them 2 buy rounds in a row if this next one doesn't go their way. Extra damage as well. Siren. He goes down. But that's all that it will be found. Nice attempt there from C's to do some extra damage right there. But the lead has been lost here, believe it or not. BetBoom have claimed that.
Kind of crazy to think as well. You really wouldn't have thought this would be the case, would you? Really well played. Really, really well played from BetBoom. That's 5 rounds in a row. They've won 2 gun rounds. They're looking for a 3rd right now. This is a big round. If BetBoom win this, I think we chalk this up now. 9 Pandas. It's been nice having you. But BetBoom, they're going to win their 2nd semi-final against 9 Pandas and go to their 2nd grand final in a row in CCT. However, we're not there just yet. That's all speculation. 9 Pandas, we've seen what they can do. We've seen their mental resilience, not only on Mirage, but also on Anubis. They just need to provide us a reason to believe. And it looks like they might just go early straight towards this A bomb site where Siren is very much alone. But that is a nice, well-timed smoke. They're going to have to run straight through, and they just do that anyways.
Gonna take a charge here, but already knocking down some of these hurdles here. Siren, he's time to step up to the plate. 2 quick kills on the anchoring, and at least some reply right now. Some relief, but Siren gets a 3K here. He's more than doubled his skills in 1 round right there. And what a time to step up to the plate there when you're tested on that A site. If you're 9 Pandas, you're thinking in the back of your mind, maybe you can target that as a weak point. He has had a bit of a frustrating game. If you click tab, you might not have noticed, but just silent throughout the most part of Anubis. But then given the opportunity here on that A site defense, and he doesn't fall with just 1 or 2. No, he gives it 3 before finally getting traded out. And again, I mean, a sign of a good player here when moments are needed. When you gotta step up here to keep the ball moving, when the roster calls upon you. He was able to answer that call right there with that A side defense.
Overall, really nicely done. And the fact that he's able to get those 2 inaugural ones to basically, with withhold the actual execution, it also allows for the BetBoom players to focus C's in middle. C's could have been super dangerous, but because the A site was not as much of a worry due to Siren's double on the first 2 frags, C's basically got nullified. And now, BetBoom, 10-8. 9 Pandas, they didn't get a bomb down, did they? But they're still going for it. You did mention that the bomb down in round 17 might have just gifted them 2 gun rounds in a row. And I guess that's the scenario we're living in. But this then puts a lot of importance on this round. But if they cannot win this, that's BetBoom continuing their flawless CT side. And it will be, what, 7 in a row? Building on the already 6 they've got?
They just continue to build. No reply in the second half just yet. I think this 9 Pandas are also desperate for some relief here in the second half. Nothing's given. Look at this passive mid defense here. I know Jez is in CT spawn, where they buy guns at, where you started the round off, is where he lies in, just giving over full mid control in this approach. Yeah. Something you see every day.
Yeah, I guess fast. It's also gonna work. What? Nafany pushes the camera smoke. It's a ruse though. It's a false sense of security. Siren now has to go huge once again. You know what? The fact he gets one there, well mollowed, is really impressive. Nafany, alongside now Magnoez, is in a great position to succeed. That CT position that he was in does mean there's very quick rotations, and those rotations will snap onto 2. Glowing gets his kill on connector. BetBoom have full information of where he is. There's a kit on both players. They're going to be sticking it. 9 Pandas. It's a good attempt, but BetBoom secure an 11th.
Yeah, and the only thing Glowing is able to secure right there is a kill in the AK as he just watches the round slowly slip away, knowing that there's nothing he can say about it. That's got to be a suffocating feeling right there. It's Magnojez. I mean, this second kill right there, it definitely felt like it still would be over. But maybe if Magnojez doesn't get 2 there, if he doesn't land that nasty transfer, there could have been some possibilities for Glowing to get involved in time here. Either way, Sorte looking to open things up. And a lot of emphasis early on put towards B. 8 cheese just traded right there. No vision from Sorte. He doesn't actually catch anything.
That could have been really huge. He could have got an instant opening kill. And now, 9 Pandas, they are very much centered around this B bomb site. It looks like Clark's just going to pick up the bomb and probably go towards B. Yeah, I think this round, where we want to go has already been decided. Chiron, he's in a real spot above her. How is he still alive? He's past Dilladez like 2 ships in the night, but the T side, they'll actually get a double opener. Now Clax can go get the bomb. Look out, the issue is the timing. The bomb is so far away, so there's no post plant even be able to set up. 9 Pandas still fighting for their ground, and because there's no bomb, and because they've lost 1 more kill towards B, they might head over and go towards A, but no, they're going to continuously commit. Nafany holds his ground, but it does fake out both Siren and Magnoez. So, BetBoom, 2 versus 3, having to retake with the bomb only just being planted now.
No, playing around these angles, he had the right idea. He's kind of covered right there, but a little double back. It felt like almost a pump fake being brought right there from 9 Pandas and the initial execute, and then the bomb just being late offered up almost an extra element to that execute, probably by accident right there, but definitely it just made it so there was a 5v1 isolation or 4v1 isolation on that B bomb site, which is a nice little extra detail to add to your exec, even if it's just because you left the bomb in spawn. Pandas, they're finally on the board in the second half, which is something they desperately needed. I know it's just 1 here, but sometimes finding that first can be the most difficult here on a T side, and being able to discover an avenue of approach that works for you here and trying to replicate that would be key. Still so much money to go around because there honestly hasn't been a lot of damage done in the rounds converted here from BetBoom. They haven't been losing too many players.
Oh, Sorte is getting both the AWPers uber aggressive in towards middle, but both holding different angles. So they're actually not going to meet head to head. Clax on 40 HP. Sorry, what? Over on A, he's being put a lot of pressure. Another nade will come through, so he's down to 30. That's good early damage from the BetBoom side. And Jesus, Sorte is playing with some fire there and most literally drops the fire. Needs to be careful. He's really testing the waters here in middle. Here's the AWP shot, and it almost gives him more need to go forward. He needs to be careful. The flashbang's going to land. Seized. Can't get the kill, though. That's good that Sorte's been able to back away.
A lot of resources spent on forcing them back with this mid control. Also, you're pressuring that avenue. See what comes of it right now. Again, there's no casualties just yet.
Classic round.
Yeah, this setup, it's strong, but they'll be able to hold up against this. There's that smoke tossed in. Now Sorte needs to get on the line. Flash is good, and they're going to pressure quickly on this B side, or rather A side. And only 2 kills from Siren, but again, you're going to talk about the lost bomb site here. And a tough retake, because look at the positioning. It's already so strong for Midas Balance.
Siren, he's done so much, but unfortunately, it's not enough considering his teammate also just died instantly. BetBoom, are they even going for this?
Oh.
Now they definitely are. This is for map and series points. Magnuis finds one. Nafany finds a second. Dilladez, a massive clutch. Magic has to be portrayed on the server. He gets spotted, hits the first spray, but it's lumbered. And Magnuez ends up closing it out. BetBoom surge to a 12, and they are once again looking to eliminate 9 Pandas in semifinals and make it through to the finals, where this time they do not want to fool. This time they should be claiming the title.
It's absolutely unbelievable. Magno Jez as well, able to lead the charge in that retake with that shot like that. When you think it's kind of just over, Midas Balance assembled on a good angle. But it's blasted. Doesn't even know what hit him right there. Can't even comprehend a swing like that. You just don't get time to. And you don't get time to think here. It's a little pause. But it's no relief. Right back into it here once again, and they've got to win 3 in a row on this T side to stay in this one. So far, it's only been 1 round.
That round would have meant everything for 9 Pandas. And it felt like they should have won it. Maybe Siren's double was enough. And it's just, yeah, like Sorte misses an AWP shot like that, and they still win the round. Siren we had 2 kills at the half. He's got 8 now, and they've all come from A anchors. And they've all come at very clinch moments. So sure, you would have loved a little bit more consistency out of him. And sure, you would have loved just a little bit more. But if he's pulling off heroics like that, fine. You're almost happy, you're almost fine with that. And now, as you said, 9 Pandas, they've won 1 T-side round. This is a T-side map. It's not looking like it. Didn't look at it this morning. For some reason, today it's just been a CT-sided map. Sure, whatever. And now, BetBoom, 3 opportunities. Last time, they had their opportunity. They had 1 opportunity on Mirage in second overtime, and they took it. Well, they had 3, actually, and they took it. And that's a great start. Seized, already falling. Sorte went for the exact same peak in the last round. Wasn't offered anything. Wasn't spotted, so goes for it again. And this time succeeds.
And a miss from Midas Balance right there. So a chance to equalize, but look at this. Glowing. Wow. Running into that B bomb site right there. Dilladez able to follow suit. So a man deficit has forced him completely off. This is a fiery entrance into this round here. You got a fast flank, but it's being covered right now and it's already revealed. So now no longer the element of surprise, but still a kill offered up. Great spam from Siren. And a charge to the smoke here maybe. Nafty running it down
my
here.
God.
Op shot misses. Another miss coming through for Midas Balance, and it could cost him the whole thing. It's just now left to Glowing. He's in this back of temple position here, now smoked off. He has a lineup though. 2 quick kills. Nafty sticking it. Glowing looking for the save, but it's not in time. And a stick on the defuse coming through for Nafty as they close the series out in 2 and have a miraculous comeback on that CT side, only giving over a single round.
The captain does it all. That is so unfortunate for Glowing. Just, if he had a little bit more time left, it would have been winnable. But look at this from Nafany. Balls of steel. Just running in. Double entry. Even though they know he's there, he pushes the smoke and Glowing seconds. If he just sprayed a little bit more to the left, maybe he would have hit the head. That would have been it. That's the second attempt